Well, hello everyone and welcome to Rhys Thomas Tours. My name is Rhys Thomas. I am a London Blue Badge guide, and this week I would like to take you into a lovely sort of secret garden within the City of London, which is home to one of the most moving memorials in this city. Now, first of all, you can tell I am in the City of London because you can see just behind my head here the dome of the magnificent St. Paul's Cathedral. Now, there are lots of important buildings around here, including this one across the street here, which is the former headquarters of the post office. And you can see the statue in front of it. This is Roland Hill. Now, Roland Hill was one of the most significant people in the world of posting. He started the uniform penny post, which essentially means he invented the postage stamp. So very important indeed. Now, you can imagine in the mid-19th century there would have been hundreds of postmen around here, many of them wanting to get a break. But London is so densely packed in, where would they go to get that nice relaxing break? Well, just hidden away on the side of this street is a lovely little, almost secret garden, which is known as Postman's Park because of all the postmen that used to hang out here. Let's go and take a look. So I'm now going to come off this busy road and go into this lovely little pocket garden, which is Postman's Park. And immediately you know you're in London because you get greeted by a tree like this. Look at how tall this is. This is what we call a London plane tree. Now look at the bark, look at how much it is peeling off. This is very good for our environment. What the plane tree does is it sucks up all the gunk, all the pollution of the city, and it peels it off in its bark. And you'll see these lining the streets all over the place in London. More than half of our trees in London are the London plane tree. So let's go in. Now, this park, it was once a burial ground for a few city churches around here, only one of which actually still exists, St. Bottoff's Aldersgate, which is at the other end of the park. Now, there are no bodies here anymore. The bodies in the 19th century, they were taken away to cemeteries that were built in the outskirts of London, such as Highgate Cemetery, and they would be taken away mostly by trains. There used to be the Necropolis line, so you could go down to Waterloo Station and there was a train that would literally just take dead people. It's crazy. Now, if you look on the side of the wall, you can see there are a couple of gravestones here. This is one of those layovers of the burial ground that used to be here. But as I say, there's no bodies in those graves anymore. And as I get in here into the park, there are lots of people that are just having a little break, getting a little bit of peace from the busy City of London. And you can see they've got this rather beautiful flower garden right in the middle of it. It's the middle of summer right now, so the flowers are really in bloom. But what this park is most famous for having is this memorial. The Memorial of Heroic Self-Sacrifice. Now let's have a closer look. Now, right in the middle of this memorial, you will see there is a little sculpture of the man who started it. This is George Frederick Watts. Now, George Frederick Watts was an important sculptor and painter in the late 19th century. He died very early in the 20th century, 1904. He was a leader in what we call the aesthetic movement. He was also a symbolist. He said he does not paint things but ideas. Now, one of his most important pieces is in St. Paul's Cathedral. I just showed you the dome of St. Paul's Cathedral. Well, if you go inside, you will see there are some beautiful mosaics around the base of that dome that were put in the late 19th century. He did 4 of the mosaics of the evangelists of the Bible. Now, Watts campaigned that there should be a monument in London to everyday people who have lost their lives saving others. And you will see there are these rather beautifully decorated plaques. This was late 19th century. The style of art and architecture at the time was Art Nouveau, and you get these beautiful floral designs on them. So let's take a look at a couple of examples of this. So here we can see right away, so Richard Farris, labourer, he was drowned in attempting to save a poor girl who had thrown herself off a canal into Globe Bridge, Peckham, May 20th, 1878. So these are working people, these are everyday people who have lost their lives. They may have jumped into a canal, or this one, Edward Blake, drowned while skating at the Welsh Harp, Waters Hendon, in the attempt to rescue two unknown girls. So he didn't even know these girls, and he lost his own life. Now, you might be familiar with this monument if you've seen the movie Closer. And Natalie Portman's character she calls herself Alice after seeing this plaque for Alice Ayres. So Alice Ayres, daughter of a bricklayer's labourer who by intrepid conduct saved 3 children from burning house in Union Street, Borough, at the cost of her own young life, April 24th, 1885. So Natalie Portman's character, she became so moved by this plaque, and she would come here very often to just take in these plaques and just remember these people. Now, the original plan was for it, when it opened, to be completely filled with 120 plaques. You can see there are a lot of empty spaces. Well, they would continue to add these plaques after George Watts died, but by the 1920s, his widow Mary, she was so busy with the running of his gallery that she lost interest in updating this memorial. Now, there was an attempt to revive it. You can see there is a plaque just here that was added in 2007, and the plan was to keep on adding these memorial plaques, but it never actually took place in the end. But really beautiful memorial to come and see. Now, the one surviving church of this park that was originally a burial ground is just at the end here. This is St Bottoff's Aldersgate. Now, St Bottoff's Aldersgate is one of 3 city churches that still exist called St Bottoff. St Bottoff was the saint of the travellers, so you would pray at the church of the Saint of Travellers before you would head on a journey. So we got St Bottoff Aldersgate, St Bottoff's Bishopsgate, we got St Bottoff's Aldgate, and there was a St Bottoff's Billingsgate. So you'll notice that all of these St Bottoffs are by what used to be city gates. So you would pray at the gates of the old walled city of London. So here was the Aldersgate. And one thing that's really quite interesting here is a plaque on the gates right at the end of the park, telling you that the Reverend John Wesley and his brother Reverend Charles Wesley, they were converted into becoming evangelists. This is where John Wesley felt his heart strangely warmed, and he was starting to break away from the traditional Church of England, and he started his own church, Methodism. And so the City of London is the birthplace of the Methodist movement. I hope you enjoyed this video of me taking you around this really beautiful park. This was actually a request by one of my commenters on my Instagram page. So if you've got any lovely hidden gems in London that you would like me to talk about, please tell me in the comments below. If you have enjoyed this video, please follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to me on YouTube. You will find me as Rhys Thomas Tours on all of those things. If you would like to come on a walking tour with me, or if you'd like to come on a virtual tour with me, if you don't feel like you're safe enough to come to London right now, then please visit my website, rhysthomastours.com. If you would like to show your appreciation for my vlogs, then you can buy me a virtual coffee on buymeacoffee.com. I'll put a link as to how you can do that in the description below. But otherwise, I hope you have a great week, and I will see you on Tuesday. Thank you.